responsible.
Yeah.
Nancy, pull me aside.
Blame comment. All right, I would like to call this meeting to order, 6:30. And begin with saying the pledge right there. The pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to welcome Kim Bowen, even before we get to the agenda. Kim's here, the new director of SALS, and making the effort to go out and see all the libraries in the system, and it's a hike in time, and we appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I would make a move to look over the agenda and see if there's anything I have to change before we start. You haven't had a chance to look at it yet. All right, I move that we adopt the agenda for tonight. Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I also move, since we've had a chance to look at them, via email, that we approve the June 9th regular meeting minutes.
I got a question.
Okay,
Oh,
well, we move, we second, then we discuss. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, discussion.
in the past, in May, Margaret did a good job in old business. She discussed my concerns over an attorney, but it wasn't in June. We had a long discussion in June and old business.
Okay.
Okay,
I can add that.
Thank you.
so,
I'll just go back over over my notes and over the recording.
Okay, thank you.
I will also say that the minutes are not a transcript of every single thing that's discussed, but this is important to you all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep, sure.
okay,
Thank you.
so now do we
We,
amend the motion to approve with the change? With the addition? How do we do that?
I think we'll just say that,
We'll revisit next
well,
month.
yeah, because I'll make the change and circulate it so that everybody can see it and then,
Just make note of it in tonight's, that it was looked over or whatever.
okay, or we can,
Whatever is easier for you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So, next, first, I want to welcome, before we even start with the election of positions on the board, I want to welcome Chris Whitrock, our new trustee. I want to affirm that she has taken the oath of office at the town hall. It's on record. So I just want to say welcome aboard and glad to have you here.
Welcome to the service.
Yes, welcome. And we established that you already know everyone. You've been a patron and a participant in the activities, so, all right. So the next item on the agenda is, this is our reorganizational meeting. So we will take nominations and vote on the different titles and jobs on the board for trustees.
What position do we start with?
President. Yeah.
I nominate Janice. That makes a motion to nominate Janice,
Yeah.
and I will second that motion.
Okay. Any discussion? Do we do that? No.
Yeah.
We do discuss?
We can, if anyone has, and then if you should also entertain whether they're.
Are there other nominations for president? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
You're.
Yeah. All right, I thank you and I accept, I think. No, I know I accept, but I thank you, I think. That's the part I think. Well, then next is vice president. I would like to nominate Beth, title to remain vice president.
I'll second that.
Second that. Any discussion or any other nominations? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Are you abstaining, Beth?
I'm abstaining. And I thank everyone, I think. Okay, the VP of Finance, I would like to nominate Colin Hagedorn to remain at the helm of the finances.
I would second.
We're all gonna second. Any discussion or other nominations? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Colin is abstaining.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thanks, Colin.
Thank you, thank you.
Those are sincere thank yous.
Those are some
There's no like thanks.
sincere. And I would like to nominate Maggie as their secretary.
I second.
Any discussion or other nominations? All in favor? Aye.
I abstain.
And I thank you as well.
Thank you.
And Chris, that would put you as trustee at large for your first oncoming time on the board, but equal in all. So, thank you also. Okay, I didn't, so when I put president's report before we elected, that was just because as the president from before, I had these things that I wanted to report on before. Beth and I did meet with Marion regarding the evaluation targets. We had originally, after her evaluation, planned on meeting like, I think it was like every quarter. That didn't happen in the first quarter, so it'll be like this, twice a year or something. Things get busy around here, as you all know.
No idea what you're talking.
Yeah. So I'm just reporting that we met and reviewed those, and she's provided us with a written response to that as well. I have this idea that perhaps pulling off the minutes to create like an action items list each month, not just for Marion, like these are things Marion is going to do, but also if any of us have a job, so it's kind of a list with a name to see easily. That might be a good way to keep communication, to not forget, because things do get busy, and to and have, before it went on that list, if this is something we want to do or think it's a good idea, the person who's taking the responsibility would be able to have some input and say, that's reasonable, I can do that. Or that might not be reasonable, I don't think I can get that done in a month, so that.
Is this something that would come out of our meeting? So during a meeting, if someone said, oh, I'll take care of that.
Yes.
We'd write down.
Is that, I mean, that's what I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
is that,
It could just be part of the minutes. We could put it at the end of the minutes, the items that we various trustees. and
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. I had this feeling that I agreed to look into something after the last meeting, and I couldn't think of what it was. And I thought if we had that,
Yeah.
like it would be right there.
yeah,
So I looked through my notes, I couldn't find anything, so if I was supposed to do something, I'm just
yes.
messing up, I haven't done.
And I think that happens to all of us, me too. So it'd just be a consolidation of things to get done, who's doing it. So it'd be easier to find than flipping through the multiple pages of notes that we have to try to figure that out.
And what we can do is during the meeting, when something like that comes up, we can just say, Maggie, put that down as an action item.
Okay,
And I'll mark it, but I can also just put a list at the end of the minute, so it's all in one place where we all know where it is.
okay. All right. That doesn't require a vote or anything, that's just like, we're gonna try something, right? The training requirements, I wanted to be reminded to bring up that as of the calendar year 2026, we are all required to have our sexual harassment training and 2 additional hours. I do keep a chart, so whenever someone does something, they send it to me and I keep their certificate that they shared, and I put who's done what and how many hours and what date it was, and then I submit that to Marion for the annual report that goes to, the Board of Regents, to the state,
Yes.
in our annual report. So for, Chris, I gave you a copy of our self-assurance forms that you would use if you watched online. I'm sorry, I have to leave that on, but I don't mean to have it be loud. If you watched, a trustee handbook training, for instance, and it was an hour long, and there may or may not be a certificate awarded at the end. Or you could watch it with someone else and they're getting the certificate, but you can fill out the self-insurance form and then we keep those on file. And I have extras for anybody else here that might need them if you take a training. And
I know at the peanut gallery is not supposed to make comments.
Yeah.
but I can give you So we have a new sales website, which has a list of ongoing trainings too. And also, if you ever take something and you don't think it's a qualified training based on what the state says, you can reach out to me and I can make it on my own judgment, an official training. So if
Okay.
I did some, let's say some accounting, something or other, and it didn't fall under one of the already approved, you can just contact me. We can go through Janice. I mean, just ask. And I can just say yes or no, but mostly I always say yes.
okay,
So, yeah, so if it's something that's worthwhile and you want to do it, it's applicable.
okay,
Let me know.
thank you, thank you.
I just learned, Saratoga Springs, I had to approve a couple things a couple months ago. The state told me I could do whatever I wanted to do. I'm like, cool, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
All right. That's helpful. Thank you. So that was just information and reminders and any questions? Okay. VP of Finance. It's all yours.
Okay. You guys got the copy in front of them. I was had a discussion with Al Window and County this week in regards to some of their invoices are taking 5% off. Some do not. So it kind of, they said, well, I got a letter from you guys back in January that you were gonna take 5% off every bill. Well, we've got new people working here now and this and that. And I said, okay, so let's get it straight here. Yes or no? She said, it is not. It's okay. So I saw the invoices, if somebody did come across them, you'll see a 5% on and some of them are not. In that remark, I was kind of a little discouraged in the way they've been hitting us. I mean, as you can see, we got 4 invoices from them, you know, it's over $1,000 this pay period. And I just thought that was kind of heavy because they don't really give you much of an explanation on what they're doing. It's pretty blah, you know? So anyways, I am kind of watching that. One thing I wanted to mention to Marion, last year, Tammy wrote a check out to the Luzerne Water Department. It is not, it's made out to Lori Holcomb. She's the
The
collector.
collector, yeah.
So we gotta make sure that, because last year they sent the check back to us and then we had to pay the fine.
Right, I
So
remember that.
that's why I wrote it on there the way I did. Other than that,
So it needs to be made out to Lori.
Yes,
right there,
Okay.
just how I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, other than that, everything's pretty much in order.
so just so I make sure I'm understanding, there's not gonna be 5% off any bill or any invoice from DiLorenzo now.
Was, there used to be a 5%?
Yeah, that's what I questioned. I got a letter back in January on an invoice that said 5%. Because, I mean, they pay themselves before we even get to see the invoice, okay? So that bothered me. So then I questioned this, as I'm looking at some, they take 5%, and I'm looking at other ones, they don't take 5%. So I called her on it this week. I said, what is going on? Well, we've got different staff, we've got different personnel, people sending out different bills and stuff. I said, well, I wanna know
Mhm.
exactly how it's gonna be. She said, there will not be any 5%. It's gonna be what it is.
No 5% discount.
Right, and
Well-
bills come to us, they're not, no longer getting paid automatically. The bill come here, the board's gonna
Have to,
acknowledge it, and then you'll get paid, just like everybody else.
so the bill from Di Lorenzo comes to us, we acknowledge it, then Di Lorenzo
Just
gets
like
paid.
this report.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, they email me the invoices and then I print them out for Colin.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so anyways, I apologize for all the handwriting in it because I had to change a lot of
No,
things at
that's all right.
the last minute. So anyways, so $5,841.43 is our bills for the month here.
Okay,
And I moved, they were taking 5,000 out of the large account and adding it into our operational checking account. Bottom line is what you see, what we got to work with for the rest of the year.
okay,
All right,
okay.
thank you.
Um,
I'll make a motion that the board accepts my, paperwork.
Yeah.
Whatever.
pays the bills, okay. I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay. I don't have this anywhere on the agenda, but I've signed the, claim form, the claim voucher for the school. And I will deliver it, for the new, tax revenue, check that will come in December.
Yep.
Okay. Secretary's report?
There is none.
There is none. All right, Marion, manager's report?
Okay, well, I have up in front of you, it's a lot this time. A lot of news and updates, BOT, otherwise known as Bring On the Spectrum.
That's what that means. Okay.
That's what that
Thank
means,
you.
yes, I made that contact, last fall at the, PTSA, Fall Fest.
Mhm.
And they have a center in the Albany area for folks who are neurodivergent. It's a gym, it's a space where they can go and just hang out
Mhm.
and whatnot. And they received a grant, and I believe they've actually been on Channel 10 News a while back. And they got a grant to work with libraries to bring sensory kits to the
Mhm.
library. So we now have 4 kits. I have 3 different seats. I have a wedge cushion, a spinny thing, and then as a chair, they call it a hug.
Mhm.
And then they also brought some wall items that Colin was kind enough to come and hang on those same days. There's one in the YA room and then one in the main lobby.
Mhm.
And the one in the main lobby, we got the little floor tiles. And if you haven't tried them, you just.
I did go over. Uh-huh.
And so that was all, free for us. And so now we have 2 quiet corners, plus we have some sensory kits. So I'm very excited about that. We received a $50 donation in memory of Ted Mersack this week.
Mhm.
The CPR signs are hung. There's one right there by Miss Claire, and then there's one over by the T station, because those are the 2 places where we usually have food if we're going to have it.
Is it, or is one of them for choking, or is they both?
They both have the CPR and choking on both of them. Yeah, it's like an all-in-one.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like this.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And just to update, I've also reached out because has been suggested, and I know we're considering a library newsletter. I have started a conversation with my fellow librarians. Some are doing it, how they're doing it. And I hope to have some more information for you next month regarding that. The water cooler is a huge hit. Thank you, Colin. Patrons love it. And the water is surprisingly hot that comes out of it. I actually made a cup of tea. Very happy with that. We have 2 teams from the Warren County Summer Youth Program that are working with us this summer. So far, they're doing a phenomenal job. They are working at they've already reorganized the children's room. They've gone through the games and the STEM kits, got things organized, and they are working upstairs with guidance from both Taylor and myself. And, they're doing an absolutely fabulous job. They're gonna help us maybe get over this little hump.
And they get paid through Warren
They
County.
get paid through Warren County. It's no expense to the library. So yeah, so Warren County is paying for them to be here. I can have each of them up to 20 hours per week. And as long as they're willing, I'm giving them 20 hours a week, because I figure that we'll take advantage of that while we can.
They have to take that class.
They took it through Warren County, yes, yeah, I checked with the contact there, they already took it, they had an orientation. And they took the harassment training.
Yeah. I think that was great. That was a great organized, that, I mean,
Well, yeah,
For the library.
we agreed to do it last year, they
Yeah.
just didn't have anybody
Okay.
that wanted to, but this year we got blessed with two.
mhm,
And I know both of the young teens from the school, and you know, they're a couple of really good kids and they're doing a good job.
Good.
I already mentioned this to Colin, but we got a final report, from Tammy, with the numbers. Some of them are still tweaking just a little bit. My numbers don't match hers. But we're not like way off, but I noticed on Colin's report, some of them she probably hasn't put on yet because she hasn't actually paid the bill, even though they're June expenses.
mhm.
We had the bicentennial display here for Saratoga County. I don't know, and you got to stop and see it, but it was small, it was up front, but it was really neat. For me, it was really cool because there was a picture of a giant birthday cake from the bicentennial in Corinth, and I know we're in Lake Luzerne, but my dad grew up in Corinth, with
Yeah.
Saratoga County. My parents participated in that celebration.
Oh,
So I know we
Cool.
have silent movies and we have some pictures on that. But that was just really cool to have that touch home.
yeah,
You know, I was just a little shaver, but I don't really remember it, but
Mhm.
it was just kind of cool. And they're gonna be having some, display next year, pretty sure regarding, the Saratoga battlefield, because they've got a big anniversary next year.
uh-huh,
So love doing that kind of thing. We did go to the Founder's Day, Hadley's 225th birthday celebration.
uh-huh,
I guess considering where they put us, we did well. We saw about 30 people,
uh-huh.
but they put us down by the senior center instead of up on the field with all the other vendors. We did not know this until we pulled up. But, we had at least one patron that was very excited about one of our local interest books and was very excited to be able to check it out. So she was like, yay!
All
So
right.
that was good. And this Friday, we are hosting a, family movie night
Mhm.
at 6:30 PM, and it will be a fundraiser. I have an email out to Robert to make sure I do this exactly right. But basically the fundraising part of it will be, snacks and drinks. Whether we have to ask for a donation or if we can specifically charge.
So what we got into at school was terminology. It was like, you can you can suggest donations, and that's a very different tax animal than to say something's a fundraiser.
Right.
So, and Robert will tell you about that. Like, I don't even know, like, should we put here, that it's a fundraiser, we hope to raise some
We're
funds or
hoping to raise some funds,
something
yeah.
like,
I think you better off just calling it fund donation or something like that.
okay, yeah, we accept donations and
Go
then,
that extreme, that way.
yeah,
Okay.
we always had to say it was a donation when we were doing. Fundraising. I couldn't use the
Yeah,
word.
I figured
but,
that
you
was
know,
it, but I just,
Pass the can, so.
Yeah.
we have our donation box, but we have, we've had some donated. I've purchased some, we've got like soda chips, we're gonna make popcorn with our popcorn machine. Anything that we don't use, we can use for another program. We're gonna try this again in August. We're working with the Lake Association.
Mhm.
What movie are you showing?
Wild Robot. And, the Lake Association, has, like mini shorts for us to show at the beginning that talk about conservation and whatnot for
okay.
this. And, I think next month is going to be water course. Cause one of the Tuesday afternoon story and crafts for the Lake Association is gonna be talking about lake monsters.
Okay,
So, we're just kind of keeping with that theme. So, yeah, we're having a lot. Again, this is our third summer working with the Lake Association, the Lake Luzerne Lake Association, and they are just a phenomenal group. They've
Yeah.
been so supportive of the library and they're a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah.
You know, they've been a great group to collaborate with.
Yeah,
And that starts at 6:30, Marion, what
Yeah.
time do you think it'll be over with?
Oh, probably between 8:30 and 9.
Before dark, then, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it in here. We'd love to do it out on the lawn, but that involves figuring out how to have a screen out there and another projector. And so we thought we try to keep it a little simpler this year.
do you have a projector? Does the library have a projector? Oh, but, oh,
then the screens are working.
I mean, one that you would take out there.
We
though.
do not.
No, okay.
That-
Oh,
Possibly.
I think we might.
Do you have a screen too?
We should get,
Do you have a
but
screen?
I think we do, but if we don't, we should get.
Okay, we can check with Sal's on that for maybe next month, but for now.
They say no.
You're also going to check out for noise ordinance too, because that could create a problem.
Right, but for this, if it's inside.
Right, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you're gonna go outside, I think you gotta check all your other routes,
yeah,
Okay,
because people next door might not like it, or somebody else, and if we don't have the right
right,
ordinance paper, it-
yeah. I imagine that they would be. We have to do things the right way, but I imagine that there wouldn't, I mean, nobody's gonna mind at the bank.
Right.
But,
No.
but you got the neighbors over here and
I mean,
usually it's like
Well,
after
just
10
invite
o'clock
everyone,
too. What?
We'll just invite Reverend over.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we could do that. Okay, so, under items to discuss, we have Barbara Unger's poetry class, coming up. And I know that we had discussed before that if, someone is paid, I don't know if we have an official policy or if it's just a preference. I don't remember an official policy, but if they're being paid, they have to have liability insurance. She does not have liability insurance. She's being paid through the LARAC grant. And, she said she didn't, and her question to me was, what would happen at a poetry writing class?
Right, well, she volunteered to do the poetry reading and then we asked her to come back to do a class.
Right.
And we
Yeah, it
got
was
the
not her idea,
grant,
it was our
we
idea.
got the grant to pay her.
Yes,
Do you know if we, I
How
don't
much you
know.
paying,
$600.
should have to figure, fill out 1099.
Yeah, she said she got that in the mail for me,
Is it
so.
required that of all your programmers?
If they're paid, I think, and I don't know if we made it a policy.
Should have a policy, but I don't know why you require that, because, well, I can look into it for you, but programmers, like if you contract for somebody that's doing some kind of consulting work or that type of thing, as an outside contractor of that nature, yes, at a certain price point, you need to, you should require X amount of insurance for
Yeah,
a variety of insurances. I'm not familiar with many libraries requiring insurance of their programmers, especially for that low of an
Yeah.
amount.
so we need to, one, ask the question to Robert, right, about the necessity of it and two, or maybe one, find out if we have a policy that says it has to happen.
I don't think we do.
Cause I've been trying to go through the policies on the website, but every time I think I've got them underhand, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know we had that one. So we
So
would,
you're talking to Robert anyway, right?
Yeah.
Marion?
And
I
Rob,
sent him an.
He's our attorney, Robert, so if he has our attorney. Yeah,
Yes,
Hannah.
yes,
That's,
yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also, I would just like. The programmers, say, programmers, do they sign do they all require to sign a contract with you?
I
When
think
they
they,
design a program for pay?
We have a program proposal. I don't know that there's a line for signatures, but
That
there.
you talk with your own insurance agent to see if you're covered with your own policy, which is on my standard practice of certain amounts of money for programmers to be covered under your own insurance policy.
do you know, who,
I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, I would think that they'd have to have their own insurance.
Okay.
Just for endless amount of reasons, you know, I don't care if it's poetry, painting,
Yeah.
and whatever.
Right, well, I know the two painters.
He hands out everybody a lollipop or something, one of the kids choke on it. I mean, in today's world.
Yeah.
That's the reason
So-
we're asking for insurance.
Right, but this is kind of
Can
a
we call
one-off thing that this isn't something she does on a regular basis. The two that come in and do painting classes, they teach painting classes elsewhere.
Right.
It's their business, it's their livelihood. This is not her livelihood. She's just doing this because we talked to her about it. It's a one-off thing. It's not something that she does
Can I
on a regular basis.
call the insurance company to see if we're already covered? And that way you don't have to do it. It could be
I
an
have
action
to
item
reach
for
out to
me
them.
or, well,
Whichever, I have their email, so
oh.
whatever's
Then
easiest.
So I've
let's
got,
have Marion
I've
email
got
them.
two action items. Marion's gonna ask the lawyer if it's required, and also we ask the, insurance company, our insurance company,
Yes.
if they would be covered.
And typically you should have a contract with every programmer that you pay, and that should cover your liability in that contract. I can share a single contract with you, but I mean, if you, for public.
I'm putting it down as an action item.
You could not get programmers if you required that of every program. And I don't know how you would get any program.
Yeah,
So when we're paying them, what do they do with the money?
Oh, no, we give them a W. They do it.
They do it, they put it in, I mean, most people that do library programming, it's not their business, they're doing it on the side as a thing.
Yeah.
They're not like a, you know,
Which
an
is-
LLC.
This individual's gonna have to fill out 1099 because it's $600.
Right.
1099, yeah.
So I'm just saying, you
That's
know,
the contract is important, we need to have a contract with them,
Right.
we need to sign.
So is the contract you have on the website, or you're gonna send it to me?
I have from my past life, because we did a ton of programming with a lot of programmers, and it was a big deal, so.
Right, we have a program proposal, we don't have.
So- you're saying we need to have a contract with every programmer and then that contract, it would cover how the insurance is being handled,
It's covered your liability.
covers the liability. Yeah. And if we get that checked with the insurance agent, they say, yeah, this covers things in the way we write up the contract, you're gonna be comfortable with that? Cause I know,
yeah, the insurance company's covered it.
okay,
Yeah, you need to cover your.
yeah.
Yes, it's just, yeah. And then that also can trigger your process for your 1099 if you have the contract and you know.
Okay, and we have to do this in a timely manner because we need to know the answer before her program in August.
Great. Yes, so this will be on my to-do list for tomorrow.
Are you okay doing that, or do you need me to do
No,
something?
no, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So, and then to answer a question for Colin that he asked me a while ago, and then we need a copy of it for you. I called Frontier, a variety of company. They do not offer a special deal for libraries. If we bundle phone and internet, the phone is $29.99 a month, which is what we're paying right now. And the internet is $99.99 a month, but if we do auto pay, they'll knock $10 off. So it would be $179.96, but currently with Spectrum, we're paying $138.41 a month for the 3 phone lines. They give us a $10 per line discount, plus they're giving us free internet.
Are you an E-rate library?
And E-rate, no, I don't think so, because we get free internet.
I'm investigating that for all our libraries. We would save so much money if we were E-rate. You could probably save up 90% of those bills, and hardly pay anything.
For
But
E-rate,
it's a process, and sales has not done it in many years. And it's a process, but I'm looking into it with Jesse. And then once I know the deal, because I have to do it with sales first, I'll reach out to the members, but it's not gonna be anytime soon, but you can keep it in the back of your head. So as I go forward, I'll tell members about that option and try to assist with it, but. Yeah, I mean, I can hear it would probably be 90% savings every year.
oh, wow.
Is that
And
phone?
it, it's all.
For
yeah,
phone and
communication.
Mhm.
good news,
Yeah. well,
Yeah,
good,
we should-
good potential news, yeah. Mhm,
well, nothing ever easy.
mhm.
Um, I am still on the hunt for a, part-timer, to help with, clerical work and, programming support. I've advertised, for 3 weeks, or maybe this week will be the third week, for, with the Chronicle. It's on the Sal's website, it's on our website, it's on our Facebook page, not getting a lot of interest. It has been suggested that maybe we look and see if we want to offer them more hours instead of 15 to 20, maybe 20 to 25 hours. That might help, get some interest in here. Because, I mean, Taylor does well with the two programs, the programs that she runs on Tuesdays and Fridays. And she does a great job with the flyers, but they're still just,
How many hours is she?
she is approximately 7.5 to 8 hours a week. Occasionally she works a few more. I mean, just this last payroll, I called in 16 hours for her.
So, if in August, we put an executive session on the agenda for after the meeting, give everybody a chance to go home and after you've suggested this, think about it.
Okay,
That's when we would discuss that. And so it wouldn't happen in the next month, but
it's okay.
is that okay? Yeah, okay.
I've got the teenagers this summer. That's taken a little, given me a little bit of a reprieve. That's been a big help.
Okay. So I need to make sure I put that on an exec session. And then we can discuss about having a third employee for more hours and I'll think about it.
So, and then Backcountry is, up, their contract expires August 1st. So I don't know if we want to, that's a board decision, if we want to continue with them. If we want to shop around, what do we want to do?
As far as I can remember, we shopped. They were the lowest price.
By far.
I
They're
don't
giving
know
us-
what they're gonna charge us this year, but, I mean, they do a good job cutting the lawn. My only concern that I have is they do not always get us plowed out before we open. And I think, Colin, you said you had an idea talking to them, see if they can get us to the, because I mean, it doesn't, I know a lot of places when they plow, they're like, you gotta get 2 inches or 3 inches of snow before they do it. We need to be plowed,
Right.
period. I don't care.
So that, yeah.
We
that
get an
might-
inch, we need to be plowed because we have too many elderly people
Right.
coming in and out of the library, and having somebody slip and fall,
Yeah.
I mean, liability aside.
Can we put that in the contract if because they're contracted, right?
They are
The
contracted.
So we can put that in the contract if we're gonna renew with you. This is a stipulation in the contract that we all agree to. Would that be a way to do that?
Yeah.
So what are we saying?
Specific requirement.
So we're
Okay.
saying that we would go with them again, but we're gonna say that they're continue to agree, honoring their contract requires that we're plowed out before we open Tuesday through Saturday, is that
Yeah,
Do we need to go to bid on it?
every time?
no, we do not need to go to bid unless it's over $20,000.
Cause we're paying them like $2,000.
Okay.
Something, it's crazy. They're so low.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
I
mean,
mean, it's just a
$1,800,
matter of
I'm
communication.
anticipating a little bit of a pay, an increase.
Sure.
So if they say, come back and say no, then.
Then we'd have to search around again, yeah. I mean, they do a good job. It's just, like I said, my only concern is that when they don't get here before we open at 10 o'clock, I just worry about somebody falling, and we had somebody fall last year.
Yeah,
Do you want me to call them and ask about whether that could be something they would agree to?
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Is that,
Hey, I can see those guys quite frequently.
do you want? I'm just
I-
trying not to say, do this and offering to do some myself, because
I see these guys quite often, I'll
so a matter of
tell
communication.
them, look at contracts coming up, give us the price and we're gonna put a couple stipulations in there regarding snow removal in the morning.
Okay,
I'm just wondering, is it that clear cut? Because sometimes it snows here, it doesn't snow somewhere else, like, or.
Well,
or
it
if
would
it's just
be-
a little bit of snow, like, do we need to get involved and say, you need to come? Or, Or is it, I don't know, or is it obvious?
I think it
that-
has to be clear cut on our side, because like Marion said, if they're making a decision that says, oh, it's just an inch, we don't need to rush out there. For a residence, that might be okay, but for this nonprofit business, I don't know if that's the right term, and we have elderly people that could slip and fall on an inch or less than an inch of snow. That would be a liability,
Right.
and so they would have to come. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying, I don't know where they're located, but sometimes it.
They're in Hadley.
Yeah, they're,
Oh, they're
Oh,
just.
okay. So if it's snowing here, it's snowing there.
yeah, they're not
No,
like
no, no, but
Glens
it-
Falls or Clifton Park, but, you know, they're
Yeah.
local enough, they know what's going on.
So I manage this at church, and just to let you know how it worked for us is we would always touch base with the company. Yeah, just a phone call. Hey, we're gonna get some snow tomorrow. We need to make sure that you're here. It's just a phone call.
I have done that with us, I have T's phone number, we text back and forth,
Yeah. Perfect.
and, I usually get, well, we'll get there as soon as we can, and sometimes it's noon, 1 o'clock before they're here.
Well, if that happens, then you have it within your prerogative to not use them anymore in the future.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
Yeah, well, that's okay. Just do it and make clear when you talk to them that, you know, we'll call.
I feel we ought to give them at least first chance.
Yeah,
They've
Yeah.
been pretty true to us, and they've been keeping the price way down.
Yeah,
And if we're not satisfied, or they're not satisfied, then we'll shop around.
yeah.
I mean, when they come, they do a good job. It's just, like I said, my concern is not being open, you know, they're not here before we open. And we don't open till 10 o'clock. It's not like they've got to be here at 5 AM.
it might help by asking the question first, if they have other clients such as, you know, Tops or somebody like, you know, supermarkets or other businesses or churches or hospitals or whatever before, you know, just to ask first.
Yeah,
It's
communication can always,
what, like,
kind of help on the evening out of things, yeah.
So, and then, I guess this is pretty much a Colin question. Do we want a handyman, or does Colin, are you cool being a handyman? I know you kind of unofficially.
I know it's a Colin question because he is the handyman, but I think we need to find a handyman.
And we've
On
had that on our
behalf of
list
Colin.
for
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
that we need to find.
Right, well, I mean, Colin comes in, he does a great job. I mean, he
Yeah.
run the thingies for me, he did all these signs.
Which we
You know,
appreciate and is very generous, but,
He is, but I also know he's a very busy man.
yeah, and I don't think it should, so like.
I don't
in
want to
terms-
take it away from you, Karen.
No.
I just,
I love this, you know,
It's so
before,
kind of you.
you know, when I was asking, when we did this room back here, I couldn't even get anybody to come and give us a bid.
right,
Yeah.
oh, I know, I couldn't either.
Yeah.
And we
And,
tried.
and one of the things, you just can't hire a guy that thinks he's a handyman.
No,
Because next thing you know, he drives a nail from that wall and hits a, water line that's going upstairs from the past. Now we've got a flood and now we've got a mess.
Hmm.
So it's gotta be a knowledgeable individual.
There's gotta be, I say there's gotta be, there doesn't have to be, but, the reason I don't think it should be you is because you may or may not always be associated with library. I don't know how
Right,
long you're gonna,
right.
and so therefore, you know, even though you're doing a kindness and a generosity, what we I think we should try to build here is something that no matter who sits on the seats, no matter who is, you know, on the board or volunteering, that we've made something that carries the institution along. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I feel like we really do need to find someone that we can hire, and then we can,
But I think it's gotta be under supervision of Marion or the board of exactly what you want done. And,
frankly,
you know.
I wouldn't be able to tell
we're
any
not gonna
guy's gonna put it
We're not gonna
in.
pay 8 hours paying up 2 signs, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
okay,
like you
so,
gotta accumulate enough things, so when he
right.
does come here, he's got 3 hours worth of work.
yeah.
10 minutes worth of work and getting paid for 3 hours.
Are there companies, you know, like house cleaning companies that you call and they send people out, and then they carry the insurance for the people, and, well, I don't know how knowledgeable they are.
Just inquire around. There's a couple guys in the area that I would feel comfortable with asking them. And come and sit in on a meeting and listen to what we're gonna offer them. That are halfway knowledgeable,
Mhm,
instead of, like I said, somebody that
mhm.
don't know a hammer from a screwdriver, you're in trouble.
So
Yeah.
Marion has the list, she's been accumulating it and she's here every day and she sees it.
Yeah.
And we hire somebody to say, okay, this is our handyman day, this is X number of dollars for this day. These are all the chores, or whatever, here's all the tasks on that day. And it seems like you could narrow it down to a reasonable amount of time and pay
Well, I
a
mean,
reasonable amount of money.
yeah, I would hope so. But I mean, then there's things like now the toilet in the staff bathroom about, I forget how many, every little while it just wants to run and run and run and run. We go in and we
Which is
kind of do it.
expensive on your water bill, I will say from experience.
So, you know, I mean, I know we talked about this at some, ad nauseam, but again, you know, reason I called Colin out, because I don't want to step on his toes. I greatly appreciate when he says like, oh, I'll make time and I'll come over, and he usually does. Within the week, he's here. You know, he blows in and he blows out, but, that's because he's got a crazy schedule.
Yeah,
No, I think that's something we might wanna, I guess, consider having someone that we can call when things need fixed.
could everybody, to the best of their ability, come in August with the name of someone that might potentially, I mean, that's not, you can't guarantee you're gonna know somebody, but like, let's all try to come back with a name in August of somebody that could maybe fill that.
Would be interested.
Yeah,
I'll send you some things too, so for the class that I teach on building design and architecture and planning. And
yeah,
I also have maintenance appointments since I've done it for 30 years.
yeah,
It's a big problem in public libraries, especially small ones, to
Mhm.
find a maintenance person
yeah,
that's qualified. There are some people starting in other states, unfortunately not near us, that are starting library consulting firms that just do maintenance. You know, you need, whatever, like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do it like, give you bank of hours.
yeah,
So, Lisa, who's mentoring me on facility stuff, she is working with me for the staff website to also put together a list. But
yeah,
I'm also going to put together some maintenance items that libraries should be following strictly to make sure their building stays
up to code
up
and
to
safe.
code and, you know, things you should be thinking
Yeah.
about regularly. So I'll put, when Lisa gets back from vacation, we'll start, because we had the request at Directors Council to start putting architects lists together.
Mhm.
So we're not using the same architect.
Yeah.
And maintenance people as well. But it's a bit of research because, you know, we're 4 counties.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not gonna have the same company doing.
Yeah.
Every piece of
Right. What, also, this is a little bit outside the box, but what about, since we're a public school library, we do need to build relationships with our school system. And, no matter how rocky they may have been, but, so they have a maintenance crew and a maintenance director. Brian Giroux is awesome.
I don't go to school with him.
But he's doing a great job. But if we were to say, we need one day a month, you're gonna get extra money from, wouldn't you think that there'd be somebody maybe that's on the custodial staff that, or Brian, that might be interested, like we could
Custodian
combine
is
with
not
someone?
necessarily maintenance, but
Well, I know, but in the school system, there's people that do both,
I
right?
think also your town maintenance people, they're
The
usually.
town maintenance
town
people
maintenance. I mean,
connect
that's,
with some other
I
municipality.
don't, yeah, the municipality, only because, I mean, I don't know anyone in this particular town, but that's how we got the church. A maintenance person, and he came and did just what you're describing. And then he became the manager of the facility there, so he comes weekly or every other week, depending on the job. And we got him through the city maintenance department. So that's just a source I thought of.
We
Oh.
could talk to,
Jim,
yeah.
so you want me to do that? I want to do something since I came up with, we should have an action item listed on my name's not on anything.
You're here, you'll contact Jim.
All right, I'm on the, I'll call Jim and see if there's anyone
That's
who
our
can
account.
connect to the town
There
maintenance.
we go.
So, and then under the maintenance thing, as I just mentioned, the staff bathroom, the toilet likes to run.
Can you not call a plumber?
I don't think we need a plumber,
I'll take care of it.
but,
Nothing more than probably the flow. So,
something like that. I think Claire said something about some putty or something, but it keeps getting caught on something. And then, upstairs, I don't know, you might know the answer to this, Colin, but, I know we have some screens downstairs. Any of those fit the windows, if we could put them in the windows upstairs, because we are working up there, it's hot. If we could get some air flowing without letting bugs in would be awesome, and then,
Do you have screens that you need?
I believe so, there are,
the screens downstairs,
when we
I'm not
clean,
guaranteeing that they're
that they fit.
made for those, but
Mhm.
there's possibility.
The kind that,
No, these are regular.
real
built
screens, okay.
Yeah, when we cleaned out the basement a couple summers ago, we did find those and we saved those specifically for that purpose. And then, I know this is a conversation we've talked a lot about, was, temperature control upstairs. I mean, we have a space heater we can take up in the winter when, if it gets cold up there, but the biggest concern is it gets ungodly hot up there because there is no air conditioning. Like to put an air conditioner of some sort. I don't know what those windows can support and what they can't support. Or if we would be better off with one that sits in the middle of the room and you just have the little.
They're nice to have just because you can move them around a little bit.
I mean, I know it's within my, under the purchasing policy, it's within my
Yeah.
purview to purchase one. I just want to get what's gonna work best upstairs because I don't know how much I trust the windows. And contractor Colin over here would know better. And it wouldn't be something that would be running nonstop upstairs. It would just be like when we're up there working so that, we're not, dehydrating, standing still.
I don't know, we can say, if we put a window AC in, I mean, that's definitely something that can be done. Those, they're on wheels that roll around, they actually give off more heat to units when they supply a cold air. I mean, we got a couple of them at work, we took them out because they just generate, the heat's right there,
Right.
That's where you got one in the window, the heat's outside. And then, so
Right.
I'll look at it.
Thank you. I believe those are all my items to discuss, and then the rest of it is just, stats, for, June and the upcoming programs, expenditures, cash for deposits, and then, you guys had your usual, lovely chart graph that, Claire does for us, and then, I also had her do a, year end. And, you can see that, even though things were up and down throughout the year, that overall, we had a pretty significant, increase in our programs and, patronage.
Um. That's not me, okay. Is it? For the bigger items on the expenditures list, is it
Which one
hard,
are you talking?
like a 484,
Books.
22? That's books, okay.
Books.
So is it hard to put that on this kind of printout? Like, I don't wanna make it extra cumbersome for you or
What do you mean?
like, so that when we're looking at it, we know what it was.
Oh, so you wanna know what it is?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Itemized, the word she's looking for.
Itemized, good, thank you. I do really still appreciate so much that on your programming, you refer to the strategic plan, the long range plan by goal and action.
That's
I
awesome.
I really do appreciate that. Mhm.
Yep.
All right, are we all set?
Other question?
Okay.
Oh, one thing that I guess I'll bring it up this time, is the change to the library and when we have these pizza parties, they need to be given a tax exemption. They're charging us taxes on the 7% sales tax on these pizza parties. We're tax exempt, should be no tax.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's
I did reach out.
basically true for,
Everything.
just
Yeah,
about
I did reach out to them at one point and I've been waiting for them to get back to me and
Should have a form, just hand it form.
Yeah.
all I have that letter, that's all I have. I don't have like a form when I get
That's,
here.
just give them that,
copies of the letter.
just give them that.
Yeah, I emailed
Straight
them
down.
a while ago where to send it to and I got no response. Okay. I will,
Good.
follow up with them again.
I have old and new business on here and I have things listed. Nothing really requires a vote. I just wanted to, make sure we transparently noted it. So the 2027 budget that is up was the one that we voted on in the June meeting with the corrections in the minutes. So if you're looking at that, there were corrections, they were made in the minutes before we voted. And so we don't have to re-vote on that, but I wanted to make sure that was clear. And going forward, if anything else comes up that people want to say, we need to look at this, change this, adjust this, whatever, we would have to do it in an open meeting session and vote on it. Okay? For new business also, it's just informing people. I'm probably putting these in the wrong spot then. They're not really business. But, our new long-range plan, our new strategic action plan in 2027, it expires. So we would have to do another one to submit for our charter. And last time we did a 3-year one because we got a waiver because of all kinds of things that we were going through. But typically they're for 5 years out. And Ted, the way Ted did it was he appointed some board members, Marion, obviously, and we tried to, recruit volunteers from the community to work on that document. The old document is online for you to look at. It's really aspirational. It's what are our goals for this library for the next 5 years? And then breaking down those goals into objectives and measurable things. It starts with a survey to the community. And that has to be separate than the library survey. So all I really want to know is if Beth and Chris would be interested in being the board, and can anybody that wants to, do you want to do it? I don't want to tell anybody that can't do it, but I thought that I did it last time and I like the work and I'm happy to do the work, but I thought fresh eyes. And especially since you're new and you're looking into the future here,
It's fine.
would that be something the two of you would be interested in?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'd be happy to be on it, as well. And also, Jack helped us with the survey. That was really,
We'll help you again.
Yeah.
Plus, that's what I did in consulting to strategic planning, so I have
Yeah.
tons of stuff I can do here.
yeah. So he and I worked out the survey together, but he was instrumental in making it.
Hopefully our new person will be available in September. So
What form does the survey to the community go out? Like,
How did it go?
yeah,
It went out in a variety of ways. It was on our website. We handed out, hard copies. We delivered hard copies
We
to
physically delivered
the
them
senior center and to other, to different places where we
town
thought
halls,
people would gather and pick them up. We
churches.
had them here at the front desk and Claire made, well, we had signs up about it and, it was advertised on the,
and you felt like you got a good,
Right. We can also do them online.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were online and there was also a link on our Facebook page.
could you use Survey Monkey, the sales Survey Monkey?
I think we did.
Yeah, because we can track it. We can do tons of different ways that you put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can track all of them to see what gets the best traction.
Yeah.
So
we had to input some right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
had, well, and the hard copies,
Have
we
to
had to.
designate someone on staff to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claire takes care of
Did you
that.
do the inputting last time?
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
And she does it every year with our annual
Okay.
survey as well, because we do it online, we
Yeah.
have QR codes,
Okay.
we also do, paper copies. We had, with the library one, we do very well, for the elementary school with them, backpacking them home.
yeah.
So we tend to get quite a few back.
Did you take any over to, like Stony Creek in town?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, all
One
the
of the
town halls and
town
the
halls.
libraries, yeah, like
Yeah.
the Stony Creek Library.
And then how did you tell the people that say they don't have a computer?
We went physically with hard copies. I went to the Hadley Town Board. Somebody else went to Luzerne.
When they
Maybe
have
read
their
it.
open board?
When they had their open borders, we went ourselves and we had
Okay.
the surveys and then we left some behind.
Okay.
It was a little bit of legwork. The first meeting that we had, I think, was about how are we gonna get it to everybody?
Yeah.
That was kind of one of our first meetings.
And the other thing we did is we sent emails to, I sent emails to all of the churches
Mhm.
and said, please share this with your congregations. Just any place where people gathered, we tried to get
Yeah.
something there. Did we put some of the folks from Tiller and Stuart?
I think so. Yeah. I'll sit outside Stewart's again. I just had to get permission. But, and then, the thing that we did not have a hard time with last time was there was a lot of community, I wanna be on it, I wanna be on it, I wanna be on it. We had a little bit more of an audience at the time. And so now we don't have that. I don't know how we, go about, I think we have to start even before we can start
To form a committee.
to form the committee. We have to get out there and get people willing to be interested.
Put something up on the website
What
and our
our
social
survey
media.
should include, you are interested, your survey should include a question. 2 questions. You want, are you interested, if you have the capacity, you might not. Are you wanting us to keep you informed of the process? You might not have the capacity to do that, if it be something you're putting on your website. But you should ask on that survey, would you like to participate on the committee?
So,
And then
but the
they
committee
submit
wrote the
But, yeah, we
survey,
had the
so
committee
we
on
needed them first.
You should start with your small committee.
Mm-hmm.
And then you expand it, once you get your initial input,
Okay,
then you start driving your decision making from there. And that's when you should draw in people who use the library. It's very hard to do it, but you can get people that
we
maybe
don't use the
they
library.
don't like the library.
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
Yeah,
That, and then you pull them in, and then you have something to share with them, and say, here's what we got. And then, and you have to like be very organized, so you are very efficient with those meetings.
yes,
Cause you don't want it just to be like all this, you
Yep.
have to give them something.
So should
And
we
then
maybe
you have them-
put that on our annual survey that goes out first week in September?
You could do that too.
You know, would you be interested in serving on a-
Yeah.
You gotta make sure they understand what, to make sure they know the
Yeah.
expectations, not like they're gonna have to come to a meeting
right.
every month or once a week, you're gonna come maybe
We
it's once
met-
a month for 6 months or whatever.
We met once a month for about 6 months, maybe,
Yeah.
to create
Let them know
it,
what
start to finish.
expectations are before they sign
Yeah.
up. But
Mm-hmm.
And it is under open meeting rule law. So you have, when you meet, it has to be announced. You plan it, it's announced, it's here, public can come. They might not do comments, but they can come.
But if we do
So you know what
if
you're
we put
getting
it on the survey
And you're
that
saying
comes out in September, then should be ready, probably definitely the first of the year to start meeting it.
Yes.
It's a solid
Yeah.
6 months. As if, I've at least done one, and you've
Yeah.
done one, we got any bit of.
Maggie's done one, yeah.
So we got a little bit of practice.
I mean, maybe somebody like Reed, who's no longer on the board, but did it as a community member, might be somebody that'd be willing to do it again.
Who's running the youth commission now?
Who is running the Hadley Youth Commission now? Colin, do you know?
Oh, the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee,
No, she moved
She
to
moved.
Virginia.
No, she was at the thing that Saturday.
she's
she's at the town board meeting.
They sold their house. they're going to Virginia at some time. I don't,
Sometime, but she was
Okay.
at the town board.
She's doing that. I think this might be her last summer. If they had
She's gonna be, they've got somebody that she's being trained.
uh,
I don't think Jean will be here for the full season, but she was at the town board meeting last Thursday night for town head. I was there.
And she was at the celebration on Saturday. She was one of the
So
okay,
handful of vendors that was done by us.
okay.
I ask a question.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it needs to be an open meeting? Is it because you're all gonna be at that meeting, not
No.
just the two?
Even just two is under open meeting law, and we were called
For
on it.
For a committee, we were told that all committees need to meet in open session. All library committees need to meet in
We
open
believe
session.
that.
One of our public attendees who is pretty well versed, and when we double checked it, he was right. Robert backed him up, that we have to,
That's weird. I would like more information on that.
Okay.
Because that's not my experience. When you're doing a working group for
Yeah.
for a strategic plan,
yep,
I've never heard of it having to be an open meeting before.
I
mean-
It's not an open forum where you're doing a focus group.
no,
It's a
no.
working committee.
I know you're sitting at a circular table talking, but people
Yeah.
can be there. I don't know.
I'm just curious, 'cause I've never heard of that.
That's what we were told, yeah, by the first by a community member, and then when
Sorry.
we checked into it, it seemed to
It
be,
could be a New York thing.
It
that's
seemed
just
to be
not-
legit, yeah.
yeah. Basically, what it meant is we announced the meeting on our website, and nobody ever came. But they could, if they wanted to.
If they wanted to.
And I'm just curious, because that's just something in consulting I've never.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what, when we started the committee the last time.
yeah.
That's,
Well, that's good.
I don't know how much
If you think of it and have time to share.
I'll put it
Okay.
down to my action.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got an action item.
It's not that big of a deal. I can always look into it.
Yes. When we get done, do we say, who doesn't have one yet? We'll make something up.
They have to fix the.
So anyway, we're getting started early, but I like to start things early because I get nervous that we're gonna run out of time for something, so.
Well, no, I mean, we're just, I mean, I've gotta have the annual survey ready, I
Okay.
got about just over a month.
Yeah,
Because I like to have it to the school by Labor Day weekend so that it can get back home that first week
Yeah.
of school.
okay. The other thing I had under new business, which isn't business per se, but, Maggie, Beth and I, took a training on laws and regulations through the handbook, the trustee handbook, the handbook club. And, they talked about new regulations coming out in January for policies. One of them that stuck in my mind because it was something, it was a whistleblower policy. We have one on our website. I looked at it. It's kind of old and it names like processes to people that and groups that we don't have anymore. So we probably, at least we want to go through, make sure any of the regulations for policies we're supposed to have, we have them. If we have them, we should review them and
Yeah,
update them.
there's a handful of them. I got an email about it too, that there's a handful of them that
Did you
they,
get my email? We have all this up on the website. We have the.
Yeah.
I like the new website with the buttons and,
yeah.
yeah.
The draft policies that are required, that you have to have in place for the next annual report. Every single draft policy that the state is requiring, there's a template up there with the exception of the financial policy. Because there's a couple personnel policy, which whistleblower is a part of. There's multiple other personnel policies you have to have in place. But whistleblower is one of them, but it is very clear on our website. And here's your template, and you can take this and then you can just make it your own.
Yeah,
The financial one is the only one that's not up, because that's another one like personnel, where the state in those trainings, they're like, well, we want you to have personnel policies, but we're not gonna tell you exactly which ones you should have. Same thing for the financial policies, and you'll see the list on the website. It'll say, well, they really kind of want you to have these, but there's more that you could have beyond that. So what we're doing is we're putting up a template that would address the biggest library that we would have in our system that can be scaled back for a small.
smaller one, okay.
So, like I said, I'm pretty sure as of last week, they're all up there now.
Yeah.
with, except for the financial, which should go up pretty quickly.
Okay,
So,
we
I
had a,
some policy review in writing to do, right?
yeah. There was it said February resolution, and I clicked on it, and it was a handwritten resolution for Josh's seat. Or for somebody's seat, I don't know, you'll have to look at it, but I think we should all take a minute, take time if you can, and like, click on some of the policies and on our website, and let's just see if we can. I know at one point you were putting dates on things and you were cleaning it up.
we did a template, our template, I just did a best practice template, so I'm working with the sales team, because they don't have any training in policies.
Okay,
So it's a template, it gives you who approved it, what date you approved it on, so it makes you fill these things out.
yeah,
So you have all your policies in the same format,
yeah,
and like I said, the content, you as a board can tweak it any way you want.
okay,
But at least it just tells.
gives us a continuity.
And especially for small libraries, it doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of people power to, and it's a lot.
Yeah, we don't have a committee for this, a committee for that, and a committee.
Ton of work, and these
Yeah.
aren't like very simple.
Yeah.
Some of these are not simple policies.
What we were told is I write the policy, Robert approves it, and then I bring it to the board. And then if they want to make changes, then I gotta send it back to him.
Yeah, so we do the 2 readings, like, so we don't read publicly something that might not be legal.
Yeah, and you will, I would say as a board, you should look at which policy you want to spend your money for an attorney to actually look at. Do you want somebody to spend money to look at a meeting room policy, which is one of the required policies? I don't know if you need to spend money on Robert to review your meeting room policy. You might feel like you want
Well,
to.
he's on retainer.
He's at a flat rate.
Okay, oh, okay, well then I guess get your money's worth, as long as it's getting back to you
It varies.
Mhm.
in a timely.
He done that. I'm glad you mentioned it.
His head, wind him up.
Going to
Don't get me
We're
started on this topic.
right over old business tonight. And
Well, that was all I
got right
had.
into new business.
That's all I had on old business. Colin, if you want something on the agenda, I have to have it before I put the agenda out, which is a week before we meet.
He doesn't do
Old
email.
business is from last month and the month before.
I know.
Actually, the last 17 months.
Oh, I
Has
get
nothing
what
on-
you're saying,
And
yeah.
you were gonna find out
I-
how great this Robert was gonna do.
He did
And
a,
I've been just thriving for the last 30 days. I'm gonna get a big ice cream when I leave here, just because I'm so excited. So go
Wait,
ahead.
was he supposed to?
Tell me-
do
tell-
something, right?
Tell me the next line of lots.
so.
Thank you. You already.
Okay,
that's
no,
good
no,
enough.
no, no, I
All right,
didn't.
I'm gonna intervene.
Okay.
Cam, I'm gonna ask this question to you. This library, since I said, we have no sexual harassment molestation insurance. I feel it's very important because this library has this. We have an attorney that's done nothing but run in circles. I feel it's time for him to go. I've investigated Crandall Park, or Crandall Library said adios, Saratoga did. I would like to know, before we even discuss this, what your opinion is on it.
Let me tell you.
You love Robert,
I'll be
right?
very honest, I worked with attorneys constantly in my last job. And they were excellent. They gave me a deadline, I gave them a deadline, or we always got back to me. I will tell you, in my experiences with any New York State library attorney is not the same hand. I don't care if you're dealing with Cole Adams or whatever her name is. I deal with Ellen from WOH, which is where Robert's from, right?
Mhm.
Ellen, I like her, and I feel like of the 3 so far, I'm good with Ellen. But there's three of them in the state of New York. So here's my recommendation is to absolutely need a library attorney. I don't necessarily know if you do. They can learn. If you have somebody that you know, that you can negotiate with to work with you, that you feel that you trust that will get back to you on time, I would investigate that.
Okay,
Because there's nothing worse than paying somebody a whole heck of a lot of money, when you're not getting the answers that you need.
So,
I would be very frustrated.
yeah,
I'm
again, I do want to say that he was very helpful and answered in a timely way and led us through the whole tax levy
You
thing.
did good with that.
He did great. And I'm trying to parse it out, Colin, because I've been at the communications even with you on Zoom with Robert. When you say we don't have the insurance, he says we do, we have the coverage. We don't need that. So the two of you are disagreeing on what it is, the question and the answer is, and I'm not sure, I don't know enough to know where I fall, because the last thing I asked of him was, please put in writing
Yes.
what your answer is to this dilemma. That way we can look at it and we can say, okay, we can put it to bed. And he said he was going to do that. He has communicated. He hasn't, but he did communicate with me on one other thing, and he said, I am still working on the insurance thing. He didn't ignore it. So I just want to be fair in that's, you know,
I'm sorry, I don't consider that even close to being fair. 17 months
mhm,
waiting for the disclosure from the two cases of sexual harassment that this library has had.
mhm.
Still haven't got it. And then he took us around a loop saying that we should be getting some money back because prior to us board members, they paid
Mhm.
where the insurance company should pay.
Mhm.
He's gonna get us that money back.
Yeah.
Now, this has been over a year, Janice.
I know, and I don't want you to get mad at me, but
I'm not mad at you.
when I
I'm
did
mad at
talk,
him.
the last time I talked to him about this, trying to resolve it. And that's why I wanted it in writing, because I don't want to say, he said to me, he said to you, he said, but he said to me, we owed him money that he wasn't charging us.
Oh,
So
this is something new.
that was something he said probably about a month
Maybe-
ago, and that's
maybe-
when I asked for it, please to be in writing so we can figure out where we are. That's all we want, is just an
So the
answer.
12,000 the library paid already wasn't enough? It still haven't got the answer.
Yeah, see, I can't answer it because I heard him say that. I remember him saying that. It was a phone conversation, but I can't give you details, which is why.
All I want, a black and white, is a sheet of paper that says that these cases are done,
Yeah,
so I can go on.
I think.
This
it's
Friday, I've got
reasonable.
another
I do.
meeting at my office where I work for the town of Hadley with the insurance company that, I was here a week or so ago in the back room having a meeting with him.
Right.
Now he wants to have another meeting this Friday, still involving this, because he can't even get us.
Is that
His
the
insurance
gentleman
company
that
gives a
comes,
quote.
is that the gentleman that comes to our meetings
Yeah.
sometimes?
Right, and then I printed out the email for you that I got from our current broker,
Right.
that said we're up for renewal.
Yep.
Okay,
I hear you're.
But
The question is, the question that's not been answered, is that a question you have in writing?
in an
Is it
email.
a legal question? Is it a legal question?
as far as what?
Whatever this question is that he hasn't answered.
Well, one of the questions is, are these cases resolved? We don't have in writing that these.
We do not have it in black and white that they are resolved.
Mhm.
I can't get an insurance company to even sit down and really try to even decipher, because these claims to the old insurance company that we're no longer even with still got it listed as an open case, both of these, okay? So until we get this closed on a piece of paper, so then I can go ahead and shop around and ask for coverage. This library had coverage for 20-some years
Yeah,
for this sexual harassment molestation. Now we haven't got it.
so since I'm the one that has to communicate with the attorney,
And
I don't, sometimes I get confused what I'm even supposed to be asking him, because his response ends up making me think it's a different question than I started with.
Then maybe you need to do that on writing as well.
That's what I asked for.
No, but I didn't ask the question.
Oh, I did on email. I will do that again. You know what? I will email the question again. Can I include you
Sure,
in it?
yeah.
Is that
Yes, yes.
Is that fair?
In this fiscal thing, the
Um,
issue with attorneys. So sure, include me in on it. And
yeah, cause I mean, I don't think what you're asking is unreasonable. I also agree with that, but
Asking for a simple document stating that these cases are done. Complete.
Right.
okay.
And
So
and
I-
he also should go on- he should be able to have the court number and every, that will show that the cases are solved.
Whatever document he's got, when he states that these are done.
Yeah.
and Show it to me, so I can take it, like this Friday. I'm gonna take all my stuff that I've got on these cases and sit down with him and fill out forms, so he can try to shop around and come back with some rates for this coverage. I mean, I feel it's important, anybody I talk to on the street thinks we're crazy that we don't have it, because we're just an open liability case.
And to that specific question, Robert answered that we are covered under a different
it's part of,
branch of a policy that we
Yes.
do
yes,
have.
which makes sense. It
So,
would be if he can show you, so you can point to where it is.
right, right. So I will,
I mean, I know.
tonight or tomorrow, last time I
Board
took,
members are covered by.
Yeah,
under the insurance.
yeah.
Good.
Right,
yes,
But-
that's what he said, covered.
right. But that's not covering the rest of it.
Okay,
Okay, so you need to find out, from Robert, you need in writing something that shows and proves the two cases are
Completely closed.
completely closed, and he should have court numbers on that. And the other is for him to show where in our policy we are covered for sexual harassment and molestation. If he says it's all part of our overall coverage, that's fine, we just.
But how many
Point where?
different policies do you have? You have directors and officers, you have general liability, I'm guessing.
Right,
But what else do you have? Do you have any other policies beyond
Well,
this?
we got dishonest.
Dishonesty.
Is it a separate policy or it's not within?
I think there's a general liability policy.
General liability.
And, I think I saw I was looking at like an umbrella policy.
Yeah, you would have, I would think you have an umbrella. I would think you would have those three policies and it could be, but does it cut? You're covered, but.
But they specifically spell right out.
When you say staff, you're just talking, but
Yeah, Miss, yeah.
but is, am I under staff or under?
It's just everybody that in this organization that are, in case something happens.
I think, are you asking, are you covered under the directors and the
but
DNO?
is the staff also covered as well?
That's the
Right.
thing, and sometimes staff are covered under
Some are.
an officer.
I don't like.
I would be clear about if that is.
So the three you said we have is DNO, dishonesty, and umbrella.
It don't matter.
You're an officer,
Right,
general
everyone's saying that
liability.
you know.
And
The liar's gonna go home.
you should
It's a
think-
dishonesty thing,
I would think that would be, one.
general liability.
It's one of those. three.
Okay, so here's,
At least
and,
ours is, and that's how it is, because a lot of this gets covered as parts of this.
Yeah.
Free insurance.
when we start talking about this, it always leads to what I thought was the thing hanging over our head was there was money that was supposed to come back to us because we paid out something that we weren't supposed to pay out. The insurance company paid out and we never got the reimbursement of what we paid.
Yeah.
In wrongly paid. And so that was what I thought was our biggest concern. We weren't getting the
It's
money
fine,
back.
but I mean, it's just. No, it's just.
And then the money that the amount we were supposed to get back sounded like it was different a couple different times.
Yeah.
But the last conversation I had, it was like, I'm not gonna charge you for this, which is like, oh, we owe money? Wait a second. I didn't, so it gets very,
Are these insurance policies available to the board to read?
I'm sure they
And the
are. They
insurance
should be.
policies that we have, are they, available to the board members here to read?
No, Marie's got one right in her office.
You have copies of all of them in your office. Probably have them electronically too. They usually send them to you electronically.
I would be
Yeah.
willing, I would like, I can look at them. I have experience in this and I know exactly what Colin's talking about. About trying to get other insurance companies to cover you and have this loose thing. So, I'd be interested to read it. Happy to read it.
And I don't know if you have cyber insurance either.
Yeah, I had to get cyber insurance.
That's another thing, cyber insurance,
Cyber
that you might want to think about.
There are people on the
I hate to
committee.
bring it up, but it is something you should think about.
Do you have policy, that you have these policies on your, like, the templates and things like that you were talking about earlier?
I have an insurance like guide for getting insurance. for
That would be-
libraries.
I think that would be
I think
helpful.
it's on the website. If not, I'll
Okay.
just send it to Marion. But I mean, we at Sal's have all those insurances for ourselves.
Right.
But that also means each of our members still has to have them because you're not under our umbrella.
Right.
So
Is there anything inappropriate if I do this email to the attorney? If I'm including you, can I include Chris as well, if you're gonna be looking at the policy?
I think.
I'm only not including you, Colin, because you don't like email
No.
anyway, so I just have to. I can include whatever.
If it's important that Colin see it, I usually print it out, put it in his, I have a folder.
So I should include him and you'll print it for him when he comes in?
You would have to include me in order for me to be able to print it. I don't have access to the email.
So I'm including everybody, pretty much. Will you feel left out? Will you feel left
I
out?
will not feel that.
So okay, don't want anybody to feel left out. All right,
Thank you.
way to,
So,
way to persevere, Colin. I will. All right.
Would you like to give Janice a handwritten note so she knows exactly where you want her?
I wrote down stuff. You'll be able to edit it
I
before.
got a folder that's probably that's it.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure I know you keep everything. He's excellent at that.
So we are now at the time for public comments. Is anyone? No, I'm so happy you were here to answer questions and help. Really, it's been very helpful and I appreciate it.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Thank you.
And Colin, I heard, but haven't met. So.
Yeah. Colin he puts in more hours just the,
Well, I try to, you know, I mean, and I'm not looking for that boy, I'm just, you know, that way.
Well, our small libraries wouldn't exist without our.
Right.
And directors who go above and beyond for the,
Mhm,
you know, wages and
mhm.
good stuff. So.
Yeah.
I have a question for the public, if that's allowed.
Sure.
No, it's probably a long discussion, but is it worth even thinking about, more shared, resources with Sal's and all of the smaller and larger libraries in the system?
Yeah, it's like an example of what you're thinking.
Yeah, like, HR services, I know we've talked about that a little bit, legal services, insurance, even maintenance people. Like, is it worth really trying to get some kind of,
Consortium.
yeah, that it just seems like it would be beneficial to everybody.
I agree. I am trying to wrap my head around how we would do that because it's, to the best of my knowledge, we would be the only system in the state of New York that operates like we do. I mean, I can't speak for the ones down in the city where they all operate the same, but as an association system library, I'm not aware of anyone doing anything unique like that, but I'm very interested in trying to figure out how we as sales can maybe support more services like that beyond what we're already doing, whether it's through a grant that we get. I don't want to start charging our members more money, which is what some of the systems are doing. They're working to more sustainability by increasing fees to their system to support services. I just think our system can't support that because of the number of small libraries that we have. That's more than most systems.
Mhm.
So, but I am interested, I'm already looking at some options, I just have to figure out how to fund it, but if y'all have ideas, I'm always open. Because there certainly are a lot of things, I mean, grant writing's one I'm looking at too, to help support grant writing to each of the members, for each of you to get money that goes beyond what we're giving you, and you all have limited time.
Mhm,
I mean, Marion has so many hours just to run the library, let alone try to write a grant.
mhm.
So that's one thing. CDLC, Capital District Library Council, I would keep my eye on them too. Because I'm on their board now and, they asked me to be their treasurer the other day, so I'm now officially their treasurer. So I'm a little bit more deeper into them than I want to be, but they're looking at some creative things like this for all of their members. And of course, they go beyond public libraries, but they might be a good resource too, and I'm looking to partner maybe more with them. But I think it's great, and I guess we need more collaborative resources. And just need to figure out how to do it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, would it be something like, and my only experience before was through a school system, so we had a consortium for our health insurance for teachers that gave us great health insurance at a great price. So like, for instance, the insurance for this library, like if we weren't getting insurance by ourselves, but we and Corinth and Stony Creek and a consortium of libraries that are getting insurance are pooling to get a better price. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
That's I have been talking to one other board in particular about, this was my idea, and I think that we should look into it. But looking into hiring a personal employment organization, and the state of New York has vetted, there's many that you can find. I have resources I can send you. But I use this with my small business, and I had, because there's only 3 of us, but we still had full benefits. We had a 401k. They did my payroll for me. And it was a monthly fee that you pay, and then you're in this big consortium. It's not just local, it's like whoever is within this group. And then you get discounted health insurance. You can be a part of a 401k. They'll do your payroll. Now, the weirdest thing I think was that, and that's where I have to research it because I would not know how it works in a library. But it looks as though your check is coming from them.
Your
So
payroll check.
They're paying you. So you would be, like, says Kimberly Bowman PEO, so you would get your check from Kimberly Bowman's PEO, so that, but then you're part of that group. But New York State is doing it, and I think that would be, somebody should look into that. Because I don't think many people know that these things exist, at least in nonprofit land. I think businesses do. But, you know, like I said, I've talked to another library about it because they're concerned. They're small, I guess, Long Lake.
They're tiny, they're tiny, they're so tiny.
Long Lake's tinier than you.
Yes,
And,
they're officially in the middle of nowhere, just in case you ever wanted to know that.
yeah, they're on there. It's
Yeah.
over there, but it's weird. It's
They got a big sponsor up there too,
Yes,
Who's their sponsor?
Whitney.
Oh, Whitney's, right.
but anyway, I think
Yeah.
that those things are worth looking into, but someone has to take the initiative. I mean, it would be a great thing for someone to look into, say, can we do this? Oh, yes, you're a success story. Oh, great, now your Rockwell Falls is a model for everybody else who do this. Because, I mean, and I don't know if it's viable, but I feel like it's definitely something I would look into.
Yeah. Good question.
But that's just one piece, right? There's so many other things,
Yeah.
like the maintenance and so on.
Yeah.
You know, all of these things, seems like it'd be benefits for sharing.
I mean, if
We all have the
we
same.
go to 30 of our 34 libraries, even 31 of them, could probably benefit from all of this, because even our 3 big ones aren't really big. I mean, they're small libraries in the whole scheme of the world. You guys are just.
Yes, we're a very small fish, in a very big pot.
Saratoga's having trouble finding maintenance people,
Yeah.
so it's not,
Yeah.
this, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Did you have something?
Are we?
Latest you ever been, so.
I know. I don't Roger, did you have any public comment?
Yeah, I looked at the meetings there,
Yes.
and anytime there's 3 of you.
Well, yeah,
It's actually library business, so if there's 3 of you on that committee, it's an open meeting, it has to be announced, if it's not, then it's not.
That's why I'm.
It's just, it's just.
When I Googled it, when we were faced with that, and when we asked Robert,
Yeah,
it was
The answer
correct.
was all committees.
The answer was all committees, so.
Whether or not there was a quorum. No, what, that was
didn't
not
matter.
the answer.
The actual law right here.
That's fine.
All right, we'll look into it.
It's Washington,
Strategic planning group. If it's not a committee, it's the strategic or the long-range planning,
Yeah, yeah,
then is it a committee?
Yeah.
Is it planned as a group?
And I
Yeah.
can stay off it if it.
we'll,
I don't
we
know.
will continue to look into it, but we do thank you, and I hear there's questions about it, so we gotta figure that out. You wanna adjourn, Colin?
Yeah, you're ready.
I'm writing down.
I'll have one
I
put
make
on
a
the door.
motion to adjourn. I second it. All in favor?
I know I don't get a vote
Yeah,
yet.
I guess. Dang, my little gal. All right, well, thank you all
Thank you.
so much.